Hey YouTube, today we're going to be talking about this, 4,732. What does it mean? Well, that's the average weeks in your lifetime. And if you want to break through in business, you've got to make sure that you're leveraging your 24 hours a day that gets topped up every single day to make the most of your time. Most people are so obsessed with time management, but really you should be thinking about what do you do in your time, because some people are more efficient doing just 3 hours work a day than the people that are doing 8 to 16 hours work a day, because they do the right stuff. And in this video, I want to talk about the right stuff. You know, we've all got the same 24 hours a day, but we all know, well, how can someone become a billionaire from a standing start from nothing by just doing better stuff? Most people, you know, are toxic, blaming the bloody economy, blaming their staff, blaming their customers, but other people break through. And today I want to talk about this business breakthrough. Number one, language of leverage. If you're doing unleveraged tasks, you'll never break through in your business. An example of this would be this video. I'm making this video once and it will continue to work for me in 10 years time. Most of the tasks that I do are leverage tasks. I don't want to be doing repeatable tasks. So that's rule number one in breaking through in business and in life. Using other people's money. Successful entrepreneurs, successful business owners are brilliant at raising finance, generating investors to come in, venture capital, banks. How can they use other people's money? OPM is a real core strategy of successful people. Do you think Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk have used 100% of their own money to build their titans of companies? Absolutely not. They've used government subsidies, they've used banks, they've used private investors, venture capitalists, and so you need to learn how to use other people's money, which nicely fits into the box of leverage again. You see there's a common phrase here, other people's resources. You know, when you're starting out in business, make sure that you go to other people and say, help me. It's something that I've learned in my career. If a young whippersnapper comes and sees me and says, James, I'm starting out, I've got a really good idea, I've got energy, effort and enthusiasm, can you help me with some pointers? Could your company, can we supply your company? I don't say yes to everyone, please don't flood me with inboxes and messages here, but great entrepreneurs, and I've done this in my life, use other people's resources. I've been a quick example of this. In the early days when we used to do entertainment and kids entertainment, we used to go to schools and say, look, can we do a free show for you? Their resource was customers. We would go into school, do a free show, and then 500-600 kids would see us. And that's using the school's resources to get us going. We would beg, borrow and steal. Well, we would beg and borrow rather than steal, should I say, to get our businesses going. And then that could be, you know, looking for free space, subbing off of another company, borrowing another company's database to get us going in return for a future favor. So look for other people's resources. Other people's customers is a great way of growing your business and breaking through. What do I mean by this? Well, look, I've always used this example in our own business. In our farm park, we've built a day nursery on. The farm park customer base fills the day nursery. Another great example of this, if you was going to make dog toys, it's better to go to someone like Pedigree Chum and say, hey, can we white label Pedigree Chum on our new range of dog toys, because you're the well-known brand and you've got a customer database. That could soar our business to success, and that's an example of business breakthrough. And I just don't see small to medium-sized startup entrepreneurs doing enough of this stuff to take their business to the next level. Let's come back to this, what leverage work is. It's working once and getting paid forever. Writing a book is leverage work. Writing a script, a set of systems and processes, creating this stuff that can be rinsed and repeated is very, very important. Think about building your business when you're thinking about breaking through, building it like a franchise, even if you don't want to be a franchise. Think, what would McDonald's do? What would Costa Coffee do? A Subway's another great example of that. What's the things that you can use that you've got equity in to break through in your business? So here's some examples. Brand. Can you break through with your brand? Use your brand to start other income streams that fold into your existing empire. Can you leverage your database? Can you leverage your property, your management team? Here's one thing that I'm talking about, the management team. When you're building a business, one of the most secret breakthrough bits of business success that I can recommend to you is the strength of your management team is the strength of how fast your business is going to break through and be more successful. You're investing in a management team, which at the front end doesn't feel like it's an asset, but it really, really is. Like when you buy a property and go, yeah, that's an asset that I've invested in. But if you build a super duper management team, that's the strongest asset that you can ever build into. They can turn companies around and then generate super fast cash flow that you can then re-leverage and regrow into your business. business. What's another thing that I think is really important for a business to break through is your intellectual property rights, whether that's your brand, your systems and processes, your knowledge of a sector and business is a great way of breaking through in business. I've always talked about whenever you start new revenue streams, start new businesses, you want to make sure that you fold into your existing empire. And lastly, the big bad boy is brand. If you've got a successful brand, and understand it usually takes a generation to build a brand. Most small business owners go, yeah, I've got a great logo, you know. Now, brand equals trust. And if you've got that trust and it's built up over a period of time, and look for those local brands to buy that usually have lost energy, enthusiasm and effort within a local area to you. It's something that I love doing. I mean, I think about the Marsh Farm brand. It's our outdoor visitor attraction, a 35-year-old brand. Our predecessors have lost the energy, enthusiasm and effort for it. We've come in and rejuvenated an existing brand. A local brand is just as powerful as a big brand. You know, you'll always notice other local brands that have strong power. And I was about to divulge into a deal that I'm working on of another local brand that we're buying, but I can't tell you right now, but it'll be on the YouTube channel in the future. One of your biggest strengths in breaking through in business is having a well-documented, living, breathing, audited database with emails, telephone numbers and addresses. It's unbelievable the amount of businesses that we've acquired that have had £1 million plus turnovers with no database there. You should be working to build your database all the time, because if you've got regular customers and you send an email out, send a piece of direct mail out, or call them and just say, hey, we're still here doing business. Usually when you just send an email out, it returns sales to you straight away if you've got a really good database. So making sure you've got a great database is really important. The next thing that will break you through in business is understanding this, that the entrepreneur, the owner of a business, focuses on the very important but not urgent tasks. If you think about this, bringing it back to this, 4,732 weeks, that's what you've got in your lifetime. 24 hours a day, you sleep 18, you've got 16 hours of, you know, living time. And most people are poor with their time. It's not that they're poor with time management, they're just poor with the tasks that they take on. And if you can work at peak performance, I believe that's working on the very important but non-urgent tasks. Writing a book is very important, but it's not urgent. Doing this video is very important, but it's not urgent. And you'll find that most people are working on very important, very urgent tasks. They're last minute people doing very important, very urgent tasks. And you need to get into very important but not urgent. And once you do that, you will soar to success. So run your business like a franchise. You know, we always want to strive for excellence in our business. I think sometimes excellence can be the enemy of the very good. While you always want your business to be excellent, you have to remember that when you're running a company, you're running 4 companies in unison. I've done this many times. Company number 1 is the company you are today. Company number 2 is the company you want to be. Company number 3 is a media or marketing company. And company 4 is your property investment company. Let's look at the first 2. Those first 2, this is your operating companies. You want to have 1 foot in the present that's generating cash flow and paying all the bills, and 1 foot in the future that's the company that you really want to be. And I have had to remember this in my business, because cash flow keeps a business going. Keeping the cash flow keeps the business going. And although I've had to accept that sometimes things are not as good as I want them to be, successful entrepreneurs know that 1 foot in the present pays the bills, gets things going, but they have 1 foot in the future to be where they really want to be. And they know that there's a strive for excellence, but they have to understand that actually right now, when good is good enough, that pays the bills, that gets us going, but we're always aiming for higher in the future. Which brings me on to my real massive phrase, start now, ladies and gents. Start your business now. Get your business going. Get perfect later. If you wait to be perfect before you start, it's like so many people start it. Once I've got the website, that's fantastic. Once I've got the amazing team, then I'll start. No, start now. And then as time goes in, bring in the sales, then put in the operations. But if you've loved this video and you're thinking about what you're going to do with your 4,732 weeks in your lifetime, what do you do in your 8 hours of, well, you sleep for 8 hours, you work for 8 hours, then you've got this other chunk of 8 hours. If you could be better with that other chunk of 8 hours, what could you do to leverage your time to be more efficient, to break through your business? Because that's what we exist here on this YouTube channel, is to help people break through in their business. If you love listening to this stuff and watching this stuff, go and check out my podcast as well, where I'm coaching entrepreneurs on how to grow their business. It's called James Sinclair's Business Broadcast, link in the show notes. We'll be back again later on this week with another video to help grow your business. Go and check out the other 470 plus videos that we've made at the time of recording. So we're passionate about helping you grow your business. Subscribe to the channel by clicking here. And go and watch this video. This was a video that I brought out just a little while ago about time leverage and doing the right things in your business. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.